Protect it or just forget it. Texas Republican Lamar Smith says if the president really wants one more cent for the border, he might want to try securing it first. Now, Congressman, that's sort of like what this all comes down to for a lot of Republicans. But the White House counters very quickly, sir. Well, we do have provisions to do just that, and they're just not hearing us. You say what?
Well, only about 3% of the money that the president wants to spend deals with border security. He's going to have to do a lot better than 3%. Most of the money in the proposal is to actually expedite the process to allow individuals to stay in the country. And what we need to do is find a way to have these minors go back home to their families. And the sooner we do that, the better. The way the president is acting, it's just going to encourage more illegal immigration because he doesn't enforce the current immigration laws as they stand right now.
Well, you're quite right. Half of the $3.7 billion allocated with money, I guess we don't have, Congressman, as you like to remind me, is to process these 50-some-odd thousand illegals, largely kids who've ended up here, and no guarantee as to whether they won't end up right back here. Leaving that aside, when it comes to enforcement, I just want to be clear where Democrats and Republicans are divided. Is it that you want more National Guardsmen, soldiers, whatever you want, per square mile on that border, or you want better, more high-tech equipment, both? What? Because the administration says it will be providing that. What's the real deal?
Well, we certainly need more technology, but we particularly need more Border Patrol agents. You have a situation here where the president wants to shift agents from the interior to the border, and that simply sends the message that once you get into the interior, you don't have to ever worry about being deported. So we really need more of all the above, but the president has it within his power right now, if he were to enforce current immigration laws, to stop this surge coming across the border. $3.7 billion that he's asked for, 3.8, that amounts to something like $400,000 for every illegal minor who is being detained right now.
No, you're right. And it could be throwing good money after bad. Here's what I've been told now. From the other side, they come back, Congressman, and say, well, if we stuck to the original plan that Republicans wanted, that putting them, I believe, posted every mile was the original consideration for the first immigration reform plan, then you would have still had the same problem with these huge swarms of kids getting in here via drug lords or whatever, that you could drive literally a bus through. Whether it was your plan with the gap between soldiers or guardsmen on the border or the president's. What do you say to that?
Well, if we had enough Border Patrol agents on the border, as we tried and experimented several years ago in El Paso, it reduces illegal immigration by 90%. When you have the double fencing, like they do in San Diego, it reduces illegal immigration by 90%.
So that's key, right, Congress? I just want to be clear. I'm sorry to be picky on you here, but the fence is what's crucial for a lot of Republicans, right? That you get the enforcement on the border, but it means nothing if you don't have a fence.
Right. You need the agents, you need the physical structure itself. Whenever we've done that, it has worked. The president has the power to do it right now. He is not doing it, and because he's not doing it, that's just encouraging more illegal immigration.
Real quickly, sir, while I have you, there's a move afoot by some of your colleagues, a scarce few, but Sarah Palin and others, former Congressman Allen West, impeach President Obama. One too many sins, one too many abuses, one too many executive orders. What do you think?
Well, he clearly, in my view at least, is going outside of the Constitution and not really adhering to his oath of office to enforce the laws of the land. The problem with any kind of an impeachment process is you have to get the agreement from the Senate. That is not going to happen. It's a 2-year process. I think we better spend our time trying to get him to enforce current laws. That's where we can do the most good.
But are you advocating, if Republicans do take the Senate, that would be a good idea?
That's in the future. We'll see what the president does. I never give up hope. Maybe he'll start enforcing immigration laws rather than undermining them, ignoring them, and trying to make immigration laws through executive orders, which he's doing right now.
Congressman, thank you very much.
Okay.